Almost. Head in.
There's this thingy, too. This might be a good size. I don't want to disconnect it, though.
Ooh.
Oh, passport, save the day. I'm going to grab the cherries at the talking point.
Can you also grab my vermouth?
Oh, is that what that is?
I'm so bad. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
You're just getting in the spirit of summer.
I am terrible. Terrible drunken expat. Second time you've thrown my phone.
That's right. Oh, God. Please tell me it's okay. See.
Rotate to the vice back.
Oh, my God. Oh, orientation is locked. This is very, serious. That's not how it was.
I know, but it's gonna fall.
Okay.
It might possibly fall.
Not if we don't touch this, the cherries.
It's annoying. You can see my messages coming in.
That's okay. I can ignore them if you can.
Okay.
I wonder
Hey
if we'll be able-
everyone.
I wonder if we'll be able to edit this later.
Hey, someone's here.
Oh, really?
Can they talk to us?
Yeah, I think they can chat with us. But I don't want to touch your phone.
Oh,
look at that.
here, I'll
Okay. Live chat. Yeah, I think I think the messages will pop
Oh,
up.
okay.
Yeah, if they send us a
Is
message.
it your girlfriend? Hello.
Might be.
Welcome to our first live stream. I'm Erica,
I'm Sam.
and we have been struggling with technical difficulties
Mhm.
for about 15 minutes.
20
minutes.
25 minutes. Yeah.
So we're live from my cell phone.
Yeah. I think it's fair to say this was very much a first run.
Very
trial
much a
run.
first run. So we see we have one person. Thank you for being here. You're an angel. Or maybe
Yes.
that's us. Maybe it's counting
Maybe it's
us.
us. Maybe it's counting us as a participant. Anyways,
But in case it's not,
let's talk about the summer.
let's talk about summer.
Well, first, I was thinking we could talk about why we want to do a live stream, since it is our first live stream.
Yeah, well, this was your idea to do, and I think you had good reasons to want to try it.
Yeah.
We can connect with our audience in a more dynamic way,
More directly.
and they can chat with us.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah. And I think it's I mean, in our videos, there's dialogue, we talk to each other, but I think it's different to have in the moment spontaneous dialogue and to listen to two natives chatting. So hopefully that has an extra nuance and an extra level of
Absolutely.
challenge to it.
Absolutely, yes. So you out there, just pretend you're here, having a drink with us, having some cherries with us.
Ooh, speaking
Yeah.
of summer,
Let's get into it. What are you eating there, Sam?
it's a classic summer fruit. I love these cherries. I love, where I come from, these are called Bing cherries.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we have Rainier cherries, which are like a yellow-red color.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, you're from they grow a lot of cherries in Washington.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's cherry country.
And strawberries, right? Strawberries?
Apples.
Apples. Okay.
I'm just gonna, I don't know where to put this.
I had a little container, but we can do this too. I need to clean my desk anyway.
Okay, great.
so.
I help you
She's
clean.
putting her stems and her bits on my desk. Thank you so much.
No secrets here. Share everything.
We do.
Yeah.
So summer has started.
Officially.
We're feeling it.
Yeah.
I have my AC running, which I shouldn't because it's expensive. Everything's expensive right now.
Yeah. Energy is expensive, but you know, it's just worth it to not be miserable, I think.
It's true. It's true. You know, it's always the balance of future you and present you. And
Yes.
sometimes present you is very hot.
Yeah. And needs some air conditioning. But so we are very warm, if you can't tell, Valencia. And I was thinking that all of our recent videos, we're wearing like tank tops and shorts and sandals, and it's just so obvious that we're just
Yeah.
so hot. I'm so shiny all the time. And then when we start filming in winter, it's gonna be like coats, jackets, scarves.
Yeah, when I'm freezing here in the winter, I will watch our videos from the summer
Yeah.
and remember.
Remember the heat.
Yes,
Exactly.
it does exist. It's real.
Yeah.
But winter's real in Valencia too. It's I had some of my coldest days here.
Yeah. It's a wet cold.
Mhm.
Goes right to the bone.
Yeah.
Goes right through you.
Yeah, and they don't have central heating, and there's thin walls, so you're kind of like, it's almost like you're camping 24/7. Sometimes I just like go in my bed and just like warm up, and then I like continue my day.
I've absolutely done that. Like the warmest place in my house is my bed
Yeah.
because my blanket is so warm.
Yeah. I'm like, how many things can I do from my bed?
Anyways, but that's winter. We're talking about
We're talking about summer, back to summer. We're warm, baby.
So this is your first summer in Valencia, right?
Yes,
what are
that's
you What are you noticing about summers here so far? What is the difference?
Well, the last place I lived was Denver, Colorado, which also gets quite hot in the summer. Denver is a little bit drier, the heat, but I would still, I don't know, it doesn't feel that humid to me in Valencia. Maybe it's coming later.
Oh, I think it's quite humid.
I think it's humid. Okay. I'm also from Minnesota, which is like the most humid. So,
Yeah.
and I lived in China before Denver. Southern China was like, even at midnight, you're like, yeah, it's humid, it's hot. So I don't know. I've just lived in enough places where like I compare them, but it's really, really hot sun.
Yeah. And what have you noticed, like, how has Valencia changed between, like, winter and now, or spring and now? Like, besides the weather, have you noticed any sort of
Oh yeah.
cultural changes, or what have you, well, how do you know, like, what's your indication that it's summer?
Yeah, so I live right near the beach, so it's like less than a 5-minute walk. So I moved here when it was January. So January 1st, I moved in here, and it was very quiet. At night, no problems with any noise. Sometimes it was even hard to find a place to eat because it's just like, there's kind of a seasonality of this neighborhood.
Yeah.
And now, like, throughout spring and as it got warmer, there's just more and more people, more tourists, more noise, festivals, so you hear music more, and people are there's more people on the street, there's more restaurants open.
Yeah, I think Valencia definitely comes alive in the nice weather. I think the concerts is big because when it's cold and rainy, nobody really wants to be outside and listening to music. But like just recently, we've been talking about, you went to a concert last week, I went to concerts this weekend. Like there was one in the park, the main park that neither of us went to. Like there's so many there's so much live music. So that is a big indicator of like, okay, people are ready to be outside.
Oh yeah.
And
like,
then
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I was like going to sleep the other night and just laying in my bed with my windows open, and I could hear the concert like a block away. Like I could hear it clearly. And then last night I strolled down there in like 2 minutes and was just like, check out some jazz, like after dinner. Like it's, I don't know, it's an amazing place to live.
Yeah.
And you really feel that, especially in the summer, I think.
Definitely. And the other Valencian custom in summer, well, not the other, but a big one is horchata. So horchata is a drink made from a nut called the chufa nut, which I don't know how to translate in English. I think it has a different name in English, but
it's one of those like things that I've never had in an English speaking place.
Yeah, maybe it doesn't exist in another place, so it's only chufa.
Probably hasn't. Maybe it's just chufa.
Yeah. But it's a kind of nut. It looks kind of like soy, honestly. It's like a little wrinkled kind of bean thing. And they squeeze it, and out comes this delicious nectar. And it's really sweet, which I love. but it's best served cold. It's always served cold. And so all of a sudden, like everywhere, there's just horchata, and people are going out to get horchata, drinking, and then you dip what's called a fartón. You drink, it's like a pastry about yay big.
Kind of long. Yep.
And it's a fluffy pastry, and you dip it in there, and it just soaks up all the sweet goodness.
It's so sweet. People say it's supposed to be healthy.
It's not
Supposedly.
sweetened. It's naturally sweet. Just like that
Supposedly.
cherry I ate is naturally sweet. The chufa is naturally sweet. I live and die by the chufa.
I feel like we should continue this. Take my phone to the horchata place.
Yeah. Oh, they're gonna tell you. They're gonna tell you it'll boost your
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
boost your health, your sex drive, everything.
My brother really liked horchata.
Yeah.
My brother and my mom were here in January, so it wasn't really horchata season, but kind of one of those Valencia things.
Yeah.
So
You have to try it.
yeah, he was a fan.
Good.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Um,
Well, those are the big Valencia, I think.
So horchata, we talked about the beach. This weekend, another big thing in this area, they have a lot of natural pools and waterfalls. So if you go into the interior a little bit, we were like less than 2 hours south of Valencia, and then even closer to that, there are these natural waterfalls. You hike down this ravine, and people are just hanging out by the pools. There's like some rappelling groups that they climb like down a rope through the waterfall.
Yeah.
I don't know the proper name for that.
I think repelling is the right word.
Rappelling, yeah.
Yeah, it has another word with like a
It's
K.
like aqua climbing.
Yeah.
They call it climbing, but they're going down.
Yeah, it has. You're right. It does have a special word. Or maybe I'm thinking about it in Spanish.
Yeah, incredibly refreshing. I think that's just amazing because we don't have as much of that where I'm from.
Yeah. No, I mean we have a lot of lakes where I'm from.
Me too. Yeah.
Lakes are the big thing, but but lake with a mountain where you get like a waterfall and stuff to climb down. That's not so prevalent, but super beautiful. And what I love about here, well, honestly, all of this coast of Spain on the Mediterranean is the coves. You have really tiny coves. We went to, around Easter, we went to this tiny little cove that was like the size of, I don't know, like the size of this apartment. Like it was not big. And we had to kind of rappel down a rope down a dry waterfall. So it was
dry waterfall.
Yeah, it was obvious there had been a river there and no longer, and so we had to let ourselves down. And it kind of like took upper body strength, and the rock was really slippery. But finally, we got down, and it felt like a private beach. It was very very luxurious.
That's so cool. We should talk about what is a cove.
That's a great question. It's a small bay.
Okay.
What is a bay?
Okay. So it's a bit. See, I do not come from a coastal area, so
okay.
I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly
what a
the
cove
definition.
is.
Yeah.
So so we have the shore, right? The coast is where the land meets the water. And along the coast, if there's any sort of dip into the land where the water invades the land, that has several names. It can be a bay, right? So, and bays can be massive. Bays can be huge, right? But a cove is like a little dip, and it's a great place to park a boat because it's protected from the big waves of the ocean, and you can go swimming and
Yeah, I went to some of those up in Costa Brava, but there are a bunch around here too, and they can be, more private, less, just fewer people, especially if you have to climb a rope to get to them.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Yeah, it's not as easily accessible as like the normal beach. So it has a different feel.
Right. So Valencia, our beach is big, it's wide, it's sandy, it can be crowded. But we did film a video there the other week.
We did. And all my friends think it's hilarious that we were in the middle of everyone. We're just in the middle of all these people, all these tourists and families. And if you've seen the video, you know that we bury my legs, and I'm just there singing like pretending to be a mermaid. And I think they thought it was ridiculous that we did that
I mean,
in such a busy area.
yes, it is. And
It's fairly ridiculous.
it's the life of a YouTuber. Just you have that camera.
Embarrassing yourself again and again and again.
But you know, I mean, it takes guts, and I think people appreciate the product.
I think so. I think so.
Sam was a beautiful mermaid. I think she put her all into her mermaid fins.
I was very particular about
She,
that.
she was ordering us around like, no, it doesn't go like that.
It made me look like a fat mermaid. I wanted to be like a, like
she
a
wanted
little,
it to be flattering fins.
just a little bit.
Yeah.
But
I think they turned out very flat. I mean, or they turned out flattering. Your
fin.
It's like one. It's a fin, right? It's
Yeah, I think it's a tail.
a
Honestly.
tail.
I think it's a tail, and then at the end
end
you have
you
the
have
two fins.
tail fins. Yeah,
Yeah, tail and fins.
all of it was
Some
gorgeous.
mermaid vocabulary for you. Very important. But yeah, that video came out great.
It was a fun time.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah,
It was.
I mean, it's less embarrassing when you're making a video with someone else.
Yeah.
It's a little harder when you're on your own, like, hey.
Yeah. Like talking to
Yeah.
people. Hi guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that it's really weird the first few times, and then you just get over it.
Yeah.
And, yep. So
Get used to it. We're pros now. Wow, you were a pro. I'm becoming a pro.
you're fast becoming a pro. And honestly, there's always someone doing something more embarrassing on the beach, and really not caring. So
It's true. That's true. There's a lot of things that happen on the beach.
Yeah. Okay. Well, should we talk about summer traditions in the U.S.?
Yes. Yeah, that on our YouTube poll. Thanks for weighing in on our poll, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, people said they wanted to hear about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, for me, summer tradition in my house means barbecue.
Mm.
It means my dad is a barbecue-aholic. He loves to barbecue.
Mm.
And he barbecues all year. Like,
Okay.
he barbecues in the rain.
He's in the
He
snow.
doesn't matter. In the snow, doesn't matter. But when it's nice out, it's all the time.
All the time.
It's yeah. And so he is really good at it. And
Yeah.
he has a barbecue and a smoker, and just like that smell of barbecue smoke, like waft, like if you're walking home, from playing with your friends, and you smell that barbecue, like,
Love that.
I'm hungry.
That was always like the sign of like summer's coming, like, because it'd be springtime would come, and I'm from Minnesota, so like winters are rough, but
Yeah.
this first warm days and you start to smell the grills, the barbecue, it's like, oh yeah.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. Yeah. So for me, that's like number one. And
Right.
barbecue and eating outside.
And what kinds of things do you barbecue? Or does your dad barbecue?
He will barbecue everything. He'll barbecue you if you don't watch out. He's a big, we do a lot of steak. So we eat a lot of cow in my house. Steak, but also burgers and bratwursts and chicken.
Mhm.
A lot of times he will cook a steak because you need a hotter temperature to cook a steak.
Okay.
And then we'll go inside and we'll be eating, and then like 10 minutes later he'll say, the fire is perfect for chicken right now because you need a cooler fire. So
Okay,
sometimes
okay.
he'll just run and get some chicken. Just
Because it's the right temperature.
yeah.
Oh,
Just
wow.
like, the fire is perfect for chicken. And then he also has a smoker, so he'll smoke ribs. So he'll do big
Ribs are good.
pork or cow ribs and beef ribs, and those are the big ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Grilling is, and I have been to some wonderful barbecues
Mhm.
in Valencia too, or outside Valencia, which
Yeah.
they do in January, February too.
Yeah, that's true.
Really good meats. But as for American barbecues, I love a good bratwurst.
I mean,
I'd say that's my favorite.
you can't beat it.
Yeah. Or if you get like a good sauce on chicken and grill
Mhm.
that baby.
Mm-hmm. Not a steak person.
Not as much on the grill. No, I don't know. It feels like it's like drier than when you do. Maybe I need to try your dad's steak.
Then in a pan.
Well,
You
I
like
mean,
it?
maybe I just don't eat that much steak.
Maybe you don't eat
I
that much
don't know.
steak.
I had a lot of barbecued steak, of course, in Argentina when I was there years ago. But you know, they have the asado, and it's like hours, like 4 hours with the different parts of the cow.
Wow.
But I don't know. I think I just like bratwurst have more flavor, or like
Yeah.
my brother's in-laws, they are Cambodian, and they put this like amazing like Asian sauce on their chicken and barbecue that, and like it just has a lot of flavor. Like I need like a lot of flavor.
My mouth is literally watering.
Have a cherry.
Oh, God. I'm like, oh, I can't
Mine
stop
too.
thinking about meat.
Okay, moving on from meat.
Okay.
4th of July.
Yes.
I'm gonna be in the U.S. for 4th of July. I'm excited.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
Would you guys have 4th of July traditions?
Well, you know, my nephew was born on 4th of July. My sister-in-law calls him the firecracker.
Yeah.
The little
That's
firecracker.
funny.
I remember when he was born because I was watching the fireworks in the park with my mom. We were drinking wine, and we were getting texts that my nephew was born. But I think this might be the first year that I'll be there for his birthday in person, because
And how old is he now?
I should figure that out. But he is 6 or 7. I have 6 nieces and a nephew. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Throw me a bone.
I have like 0, so. Okay.
I'm like, how old are you?
What's your name again?
So yeah, our tradition is like birthday party for him, and also his grandma. So my sister-in-law's mom has the same birthday, 4th of July.
Oh, that's nice.
They have like a combined birthday party.
Yeah, that's sweet.
How about you guys? Do you have traditions or?
Not particularly. We don't. We barbecue. Obviously, that's the main thing. Yeah, my dad likes to cook, so.
Do you do like go to the parade? 4th of July
we don't
parade.
do a parade. We have an army base close to where we live, and they have a big celebration.
Okay.
So obviously the military is like gung ho on 4th of July and patriotism and red, white, and blue. And so it's actually pretty cool. They have a lot of stuff set up for kids, and then they do like a huge firework display, which is pretty key.
Oof, good memories there.
Yeah.
We lived close enough to the lake where they would set off. There's a phrasal verb. Set off the fireworks. So you have to go like around 9, get your spot, put your blanket down so you can lay on the ground and watch the fireworks.
Yeah.
Those were good times.
Yeah. They used to do a fireworks show right near my house, and we would all go, same thing, to the parking lot of Kmart. It's a little lower class, but we would go to the parking lot of Kmart and sit on our cars.
Oh,
and
like
just
on the hood of your car.
Yeah, just lay on the hood of the car and look up at watch the fireworks. And but now in my town, you're not allowed to do that.
You're not allowed to sit on your car?
No, you are not allowed to set off fireworks.
Oh, at all. Oh.
It's really restricted. So that's why you have to go to the military base now.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Because maybe
stopping our patriotism.
Because of the wildfires?
It could be. Honestly, it could be. I think it's just a controlling of dangerous items, which makes sense to me. Yeah. But
yeah.
We'll see.
I mean,
I don't know.
I feel like in Valencia we get our fill of fireworks during Fallas.
Oh my god.
3 weeks of fireworks.
Oh my god. So many fireworks. Well, one of my biggest childhood summer memories is when the ice cream truck would roll around. Did you have an ice cream truck in your neighborhood?
Once in a while, but it's pretty rare.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh god, every day.
Every day.
Every day in summer, the ice cream truck, it's like an old Jeep. You know what I'm talking about? And it's like painted on the side with all the different ice creams you can order, and it plays a song, and so you can hear it from far away. And it was the entertainer
Calling the children.
Yes, yes.
Entertainer. How does that
Da
go?
da da dun da dun da da dun da 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 dun da dun dun. And so you could just hear it from like three streets down, and you're like, "Mom, I need $1." And
man.
and like everybody had like their ice cream that they got.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was there like a line of children?
I mean, my neighborhood when I was growing up, it did have a few children, and so we would gather.
Yeah.
But just ice cream delivered to your house. It doesn't get any better than that.
It really doesn't.
It's
Do they have those in
amazing.
Spain?
They do. They don't peruse. I mean, they don't cruise the streets.
Yeah.
I think they kind of set up. Like maybe one will set up near a major.
Okay.
I'm surprised they're not more at the beach, honestly.
Right.
But yeah, they'll set themselves up. And in LA too, they're like they'll just stop on the side of the road, and you can just grab an ice cream.
Right.
But oh man, that
more
ice cream
stationary here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and other things we would do it as a kid. Lots of things with water.
Yeah.
So yeah, running through sprinklers. You get the fan sprinkler like this.
Oh yeah.
Which was like my mom's favorite thing. Like she didn't want to deal with us in the summer because there were like 4 of us and it was a lot, so we were outside all the time, and she just hooked the sprinkler up.
So it's so easy.
Yeah. And it was like so fun to just
daycare.
jump over the sprinkler. Yeah.
Just hours of entertainment. Like all it did was just go back and forth. It just went back and forth, and I could just like think of so many games, you know, like you either hide here, then you escape, or like you come from this side, you come from this side.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Just so much entertainment with the sprinkler.
Yeah, in my neighborhood, there were a lot of kids, and we were really into the squirt gun fights.
Ooh,
which, I don't know. Maybe that's
nice.
an American, like, start with their guns early, but we all had the, and then you're like, have like the mega soaker, and then you split into like teams. So it's like this team against this team, and you're like having a squirt gun fight, we called them.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not really sure what the goal was. Get the
wet.
other one wetter?
Yeah.
I don't
Just get them wet. I don't know. I was an only child, still am an only child, and we didn't get those kind of battles going. We had 1 or 2 water balloon fights.
Ooh, yeah, those are good.
Those are really fun, and that is very obvious what the goal is to hit the other person with a water balloon.
Yeah.
But
have you seen those new contraptions that fill up water balloons? It's like there's all these like outlets, and it's like you
hook it to the hose.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think maybe you have to put all the balloons on separately, but like you hook it to the hose and they all fill like at once.
But then what do you do when they're all filled? They all just start shooting off, right?
I'm trying to remember. I saw it take place with my nieces and nephew, and no, they don't shoot off. I forget how you tie, because I don't think we tied them one by one. There's like, I don't know. It's like high technology.
Maybe it like seals the rubber
Yeah,
somehow.
it's sealed somehow, but it was like more, because I remember it was such a pain to fill up water balloons and then tie
that's
them,
the worst
and it was,
part.
like,
No, that's the worst
hardly-
part. You're there for like 40 minutes, just like filling the darn water balloons, and then the fight's like 5 minutes.
No, but it was like 100 water balloons like that, and then it's just like,
That's incredible.
yeah.
I want
I mean,
one.
kids these days.
I want one. They're so
So
spoiled.
spoiled.
So spoiled. Yeah. Did you have a slip and slide?
We did for a while.
Of course
Did you?
Did. No.
Okay, slip and slide is, or maybe our neighbors did. I don't remember, but it's just like plastic. I think with like some sides. You take a hose, you get it all wet, and then you like run and slide on it. Which like whoever invented that and put the commercials out for it, genius. So dumb.
So easy to make, and it just sells itself. Like who wouldn't want to slip and slide through all that water? So I never had one growing up, but my first year at college,
You try it?
we made one.
You made one.
We made one because it was really hot in August in LA.
Yeah.
We made one out of garbage bags.
Ooh, did it work?
Big black garbage. Yeah, it was perfect. It was
Did you have it like on a hill?
No, no, not even. We just had it on the grass outside of our dorms, and we just slipped and slid. Yeah, past tense.
Irregular past tense.
Yeah, slipped and slid. That was us.
Yeah, I've heard of adults trying the actual slip and slide, and I think it's made for smaller bodies. But,
Oh,
but
really?
we could still try it. I don't know. Could be fun.
I would be down to try it. I'd be down.
Another huge activity in childhood for us was building tree forts because we had the woods, called it the woods, like a small forest in
Yeah.
the back. It was like a city park, but and we weren't supposed to build tree forts, but we definitely did.
It was public land.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. We built these elaborate tree houses, and then like inevitably, after months of like hard work, like a neighbor would call and like they'd take it down.
That is heartbreaking.
But I learned basic carpentry, you know, how to nail nails. So we'd start with like 2x4s, make like a ladder up the tree,
Yeah.
and then we'd have
Wow.
like beams, like 2x4 beams, and like we had like really fancy tree forts.
I
Yeah,
can't
it was a
believe
whole
you
thing.
got up in the tree.
Oh, we were way up in the tree.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's just incredible. Like my mother would never have let
Yeah,
me
lots
do
of
that.
injuries. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Oh my God, that's so cool. That was like my dream. I always have idolized like little tiny houses.
Oh yeah.
I begged. We almost, when we moved to where I grew up, we looked at a house that had a playhouse in the back. It was not in a tree, but it was a playhouse. It had
Yeah,
like
yeah.
electricity. I was like, Mother, please, if you love me, we will move to this house. And I think the roof of the real house was like in shambles. So
Right. They're like, we don't have 20 grand to fix the
Yeah.
roof,
Except the
so
playhouse still haunts me.
you might have one someday.
Maybe. God, I hope so. I would want to live in one of those tiny houses. Would you
Yeah.
live? Would you live in a tiny house?
I would live in a tiny house, probably alone. If I had a
Yeah.
partner, I'd need like his and hers.
Yeah.
Or hers and hers. Tiny homes because
Yeah,
it seems
match
like
it.
I don't know. I would need like an escape from a person I'm living with.
That's fair. I mean, you have a whole outdoors, but then
That's
if it
true.
rains.
Yeah. I have a friend living in a tiny house actually in Washington.
Really?
And we FaceTime and he gave me a tour of his tiny house.
The 1 minute tour.
Yeah. They like sleep up in a loft. But you know, he is a guy who like he has so many interests and he's a drummer and he just like I think it's just kind of small for him. But then you walk outside and he's like in this beautiful forest and so but they're paying a lot for a very tiny home
Yeah.
also. So
Hmm.
I don't know. I think I would. But again, you have to look at your lifestyle. Like I'm a pianist, so it would need to fit
Yeah. It would be.
stuff. But then it makes you really think like what do you really
What do
need?
you need? Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I think I would. I don't know. My trip this weekend made me it started me daydreaming about like
Yeah.
a place in the country.
And it might as well be tiny. It could. Why not?
Might as
be
well
tiny?
be tiny, yeah.
Yeah.
With energy costs these days.
Yeah, true. True.
It almost has to be.
Yeah. What about summer camp? Did you go to summer camp?
I went to a few summer camps, yep. I had to go to like Bible camp for a few summers.
Well, how's that?
It was really fun. They did a good job, but it was like middle school, like part of confirmation and like it's very Christian kind of thing. My mom made me do it.
Yeah.
But it was fun. And then I went to like a YMCA camp where it had
Oh.
like a lot of activities. So
Yeah.
archery, I think they had horseback riding, sailing. And then I went to Spanish immersion camp actually.
Oh, really?
For a week. But my
Oh.
friend wanted to
You
go.
got immersed for
We
a
got
week.
immersed for a week, yeah. And they did really, it was like all the food was, authentic from, I
Yeah.
mean, there's a ton of countries that speak Spanish.
Yes.
But they'd always do, I remember they'd do after every meal, like a little soap opera, like play, the counselors would.
No.
They had this running soap
like
opera
a
in Spanish.
Telemundo
Yeah,
style.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my god.
And I had no idea what it was about, but they were like so dramatic.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, you would have a blast working there. And
Yeah.
I ended up working at the Norwegian camp during college.
That's
so during my
right.
summers.
That's
Because
right.
I lived in Norway for a year, learned Norwegian, and then I worked in the kitchen at Norwegian camp. And then I was a counselor one summer. And you're just like, you're in the woods of northern Minnesota, you live in cabins, like there's like something special. You just make these really strong connections with people
Yeah.
in that kind of environment. So
How do you say summer in Norwegian?
sommer.
Oh, okay.
Boring.
That's not- okay. How do you say bathing suit?
Badedrakt.
Ooh, okay. How do you say, do you like my badedracht?
Liker du badedrakten mitt? It's so cute, right?
That's excellent. That's really useful.
Yeah, and so this place was called, so in English it would be Forest Lake, which sounds boring, but then they would call it that in all the different languages. So like the Spanish camp was Lago del Bosque, and the Norwegian was Skogfjorden.
Skogfjorden.
So cute.
Skogfjorden.
Yeah, but it's a cool concept because it's immersion. They're going to camp, and everything is in that language.
No, it's a great idea.
Yeah,
it's a great idea.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
So, how about you? Did you go to summer camp?
I went to singing camp.
Oh,
yeah,
singing
chorale camp. Yeah, we would sing, and I loved it. And it was fun. It was in old, well, not old, but unused military barracks. So like where soldiers used to be housed, right?
Oh,
a barrack is like it's like a dorm for soldiers. So it's where they sleep. And we would sleep there. And it was only 5 days, but every night we had a campfire. The campfire, very important.
Very important.
Very important. And we would sing songs around the campfire. And every night there would be skits. We would do little like funny, silly skits to entertain ourselves.
Nice.
Yeah. And it was
here you
it
are
was a
today,
blast.
still doing skits.
Yeah. It's stuck. It's stuck.
That sounds.
But that was
sounds like
that was probably my favorite summer camp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I think everybody does camp. On the East Coast, people send their children away for like 2 months.
Do they?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Where do they go to camp for 2 months?
Yeah, like a lot of kids in New York or Baltimore. My mother, for example, since she was 8 years old, her mom shipped her up to Vermont. 2 months.
Wow.
See you later.
As
See
an
you when you're
8-year-old.
9. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was just, some people love it, some people don't. But yeah,
we worked with some 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
I think 7 was the youngest, but they only stayed a week, and sometimes it was their first time away from home.
Yeah, it's hard. It's
not
hard.
easy, yeah.
It's a lot to be far away and be, having to, and they're very full days. You're doing stuff all day, every day, and yeah, my mother says she's not a camper. She wasn't a camper, so it was not her best.
She had more than enough of it.
Oh yeah, so she never sent me. So that's the takeaway.
Right. I mean, I think overall it's great for kids, especially this day and age. Like when we get campers, they show up and they're afraid of all the bugs, and they're like, "I want to play Nintendo."
Yeah.
But then by the end of the week, they're like, just playing with sticks in the forest and having the best time. Like, I think it's
relaxed.
Great to connect to nature.
That's good.
At a young age.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm taking my little nieces and nephew camping when I'm back. I'm talking about them a lot because I'm going to see them soon.
Yeah.
But then they've been talking about me taking them camping for like 2 months. So
yeah.
I feel like I have to like make it like amazing.
Right, a great experience.
There will be a fire.
There will be a fire.
There'll be marshmallows.
And what goes with a fire?
Marshmallows.
But not just marshmallows.
Scary stories.
S'mores!
Oh, s'mores. Okay, well, yeah. What are s'mores?
What are
for people who don't know?
s'mores? Oh, s'mores are my passion.
Wow, okay.
I love s'mores. Okay, a s'more is a delectable treat that you can only make when you have a fire, because you roast a marshmallow, okay? You roast the marshmallow, and some people like it really burnt. Some people like a dark marshmallow with lots of burnt sugar.
My mom likes it burnt.
Yeah. Some people do, and some people like to take the burnt layer off. Does she do that? She takes the burnt layer off.
No,
of the marshmallow?
we didn't like the burnt, so we would accidentally burn ours, and then we'd be like,
hand
"Mom, we
over.
have another one."
Yeah.
She'd eat them all.
Yeah. And then there's some people who do a very light toasting. Anyways, however you want your marshmallow cooked, it gets really soft with the heat. And so you take a cookie. It's a
Graham cracker.
A graham cracker. It's a type of cookie, really. It tastes like honey. And you put a little bar of chocolate on it, just a little bit of chocolate, and then you put your marshmallow on top, and then you put another cookie, and then you have a sandwich, which basically tastes like heaven. My preference, however, is an open-faced s'mores.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, less graham cracker.
Yeah.
Only one graham cracker. That's my secret. You can have it too.
Yeah. Like sometimes I do like 2 marshmallows. Like
That's also a great
like
hack.
I like more
Yeah.
marshmallowy.
Yeah.
I take my marshmallow and put it in the really hot part of the fire where
Uh-huh.
it's not really flaming,
Uh-huh.
and I like to get it like brown, like golden brown all around,
Mhm.
and then it's
Oh yeah, it's like
hot all the way through.
molten inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, like you get into it, you're like trying to get the perfect marshmallow.
I don't have the patience.
Okay.
I get sick of it. I can't do it.
That's so American.
Yeah.
I think. Do other places eat
No,
s'mores?
nobody knows what s'mores is. S'mores is absolutely American.
Oh.
100% more American than Levi's. It's
Super American. And I always assumed it came from some more. Like, I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
some more.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Then you S' more.
Yeah.
Some more.
s'more. God,
So
s'more, please.
And it's like always Hershey's chocolate, I feel like. Usually.
Yeah. Hershey's is the classic chocolate.
Also very American.
Yes,
Mm.
extremely. You can go bougie. You can do different chocolate if you want. But Hershey's is the classic.
It melts well.
Yeah.
And other things, so road trips, have you had some good road trips?
Yes. Yeah. My parents have dragged me all over. Well, that's not true. We've gone from Washington State, which is the state that's the most northwest in the country. We have gone down to California. We have gone down to Salt Lake City, and Reno, but when I was younger. But our most epic road trip was maybe 2 years ago. We went to Yosemite, and that was just so amazing. Yosemite National Park in Wyoming, just so gorgeous. The nature, it has everything. It has everything.
Wait, Yellowstone or Yosemite?
Yellowstone.
Okay.
I
It's
wanted
like
to see
Yosemite
Yellowstone.
is in California.
Yosemite's in California. It's great. It's not Yellowstone.
Okay.
Yellowstone is better in my definite.
I haven't
opinion.
been to Yosemite. I've been to Yellowstone.
Yeah.
which
Okay.
is amazing.
Okay. Yellowstone wins. Yeah, I always say the wrong one. Yeah, Yellowstone. It just has everything. It has jaw-dropping waterfalls. It has plains. It has mountains. It has the hot springs and the
Geysers.
Geysers. Thank you.
Mhm.
It's just so fascinating. And then all the wildlife. Oh my God, the buffaloes.
Buffalo, or I think the proper name is bison, but
Are they?
we call them buffalo.
I call them buffalo.
Buffalo are technically the water animals, but
Oh really?
bison is
The American buffalo. It's not the American buffalo. Anyways.
People call them buffalo. People call them bison. I also really like the antelope. Or are they antelope? Yeah, they're like the deer that kind of bound through the.
You saw antelope?
Yeah. Oh, tons of
Were you
them.
home on the range?
Basically, the Yellowstone Range.
Yeah, I didn't see antelope. Oh, that's a lie. We did see antelope. Yeah, but I didn't think they were called antelope. They're like big deer. Elk.
Maybe-
Elk.
They weren't that big. Maybe
No.
they were elk. We need to review our.
We need to review our
Western
our
wilderness.
our hooved animal. Well,
We also saw a bear.
Oh yes. Yeah. Me too.
Did you? Well, I was walking with my friends on a trail, and this family was coming back the other way, and they're like, "Bear sighting! We're going back!" And we're like, "Oh crap!" And we're like, "Well, our car is this way," so we kept going. We had like a bear whistle, and we were like making noise.
Yeah.
And we finally got to where the bear was, and it was this little black bear just like eating berries in a bush. And all these people taking pictures, but like it was not scary.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Bears are amazing. We saw a grizzly. So we were driving along a river when there were so many rivers in
Yeah.
Yellowstone, right? So we're driving along a river, and then all of a sudden I'm looking out the window and I see a bear on the other side of the river. And I say, "Dad, you gotta stop! There's a bear!" And so we stop as soon as we can. We get out and we like run back to see it. and it's just massive. Like, it was just so big. And I saw it for like 5 seconds maybe walking away from me. But just the way it moves, like, it just has so much power and it just like looks heavy.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I was just, I just loved it.
Yeah.
Really loved it. But my family, we bought bear spray for all of us. We all had our little can of bear spray, which is a bear repellent. So it looks like a fire extinguisher that you would go on a fire, except it's smaller. And it's to keep away bears and humans. It's
basically pepper spray, right?
Yeah, it's a really intense,
strong pepper spray.
Pepper spray.
I had some bear spray for a while.
Yeah. But my dad wouldn't leave the car without it. Like, he wouldn't walk to the gas station without it. He was like, bears in this country, Samantha. Bears.
I mean, it's true. There's always people who die by bears. Camping. I mean, I saw some trails closed off because there were grizzly bears in the area. So
wow. I mean, not to like laugh at it, but
if you're at a gas station,
okay,
maybe
Dad. I think you can leave the bear spray in the car. I think you're gonna be okay.
Yeah. Road trips. I'm trying to think. We would usually go to Colorado on road trips because my aunt and uncle and cousins lived there. So we'd always had a van, minivan with sliding doors.
Obviously.
We would all get in.
Obviously.
But from Minnesota, you can go through South Dakota and see Mount Rushmore.
Oh, cool.
The big president heads, the Black Hills, the Corn Palace. There's lots of like. There's lots of tourist traps.
I miss the Corn Palace.
Wall Drug is a tourist trap.
Wall Drug, yes. I've been there.
So a tourist trap is something that they do tons of advertising, especially on the highways when you're driving, like, come to this attraction, and it's like...
It's unique. No, but they always tell you, you've never seen anything like it. It's one of a kind. It's very, very special. You have to come see it. And then you get there.
And it's like, wah, wah. But that is like such an American thing too, because I think tourist attractions are as old as highways.
Yeah.
We built the highways and they started making these things. But when you're a kid, you get to see, I loved ghost towns.
I do too.
Yeah, which are like old-timey, basically supposedly towns that were abandoned a long time ago. But they look like, especially the Old West kind of ghost towns.
Right, because so many towns sprang up due to mining or due to some other agricultural activity in the area. So towns would come up and then all of a sudden, maybe the trains didn't come there or, the well ran dry or whatever. And so people would leave. And so it has this sort of eerie feel of like things were left here. Yeah. No one lives here anymore. Ooh. But
or they just built it as a tourist attraction. We don't know.
Or they did that. Yeah.
Me and my friends had a Spanish friend, actually. He's from Almeria, and years ago he wanted to do a road trip of the U.S. And he started in Minnesota. Yeah, we went to Chicago, but then he rented a car and he wanted to stop at all the world's biggest ball of yarn or like the biggest spoon, like all the weird, like he wanted to stop at all of them. And like he was so fascinated by that. Just funny. Like I can't imagine a Spanish person like coming and seeing those things. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Special. It's different. Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. They don't have that here, really.
Right.
Well, they have castles, kind of the same thing. It's like, ooh, people used to live here.
I definitely paid €4 to go to a castle this weekend, which is like some rocks on a hill. But
Guadalest,
yeah. Great views though, so
yeah,
I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
And then I mean, gas is pretty crazy right now, so some people can't afford to travel. So, what are some things we can do? Maybe when we have vacation, but we can't travel.
Yeah. I mean, one popular idea is the staycation, where you stay at your house, but you make it fun. So maybe there's something you've always wanted to do, or there's a recipe you've wanted to cook, or you buy an inflatable pool and you fill it up with water in your kitchen. You know, you can have like a different experience in your own house and enjoy your own house without working, without having to have the hustle and bustle of everyday life.
Yeah, I think what's happening is with COVID, we had forced staycations for a couple years.
That's true.
So
That's true.
I feel like now everybody wants to travel,
Yeah,
and just prices are a little crazy, but
it's true.
it's understandable. It's like people don't have the appetite to stay home
To stay home.
after COVID.
Yeah, no, it's true. But you never know. Maybe you've moved recently,
Yeah.
or you know, you can invite friends to come and staycation with you,
Yeah.
or invite yourself if somebody has a really nice house. Yeah, but you know, I think in summer it's also a great time to explore things that are in your neighborhood or things that are in your town. You know, be a tourist in your own town. A lot of times when we live somewhere, we don't go to the tourist destinations because we're too busy. We don't have time.
So true, yeah.
So during summer is a fun time to check it out. You know, see what it's about, see if you like it, or just like have a picnic. You know, having a picnic is one of the easiest and most delightful things.
It is delightful, yeah.
That you can do, I think.
Yeah. I've gotten really into day trips living in Valencia because there's so much you can go visit in one day. So you don't stay overnight somewhere. So you can take the train to another town, and there's tons of hiking. Or I've biked to nearby towns, and you get that feeling that you've explored somewhere new, but you don't have to pay for a hotel or anything, but you still get to see new stuff, and then you get to know your area better.
Yeah, that's true. It's a great life hack, Erica.
I have a lot of hacks from being cheap. Being a cheap person.
Necessity, right? The mother of invention.
Yeah. Well, I'm really enjoying working minimally, so you know, you gotta make sacrifices. But also, you know, I moved to a completely different country fairly recently, so I don't have as much of a need to like go really far away still, because I'm still kind of exploring Spain and Valencia. There's just so much here.
Yeah,
so much to do.
You're not sick of it. No, you're not sick of it. No. That's good.
You're not sick of it?
No. No. It's a great place to be. Well, should we talk about any goals we have this summer?
Yeah. Do you have any goals this summer?
Yes. This is my first summer with Breathe English. So, definitely a big goal for me is staying engaged with the brand and with our channels and with our Instagram account, Facebook account, TikTok account, and keeping all of those updated, but also having fun while doing it, and you know, staying engaged with the people who are taking the opportunity during the summer to learn, to study. You know, there's lots of people who are starting a course in the fall and are trying to
prep a little
bit. So I think it would be great for us to be there for them.
Yeah, and I think what we do, it's perfect for summer because it's fun. We try to do things in a fun way, make it engaging. Because I know me now I'm trying to make myself study Spanish every day, but you know, it's hot and there's so many fun things to do.
Things,
people inviting you, let's go to the beach, let's go do this, and it's like me, you know, trying to study grammar. It's hard. So but I think, you know, people can kind of still be learning in a fun way, just to not lose their English.
Right. I think it's just really important to keep refreshing yourself, keep refreshing your memory, and don't really take a full vacation from learning, but keep English in your life in some way.
Exactly.
So
and it's all habit, right? And it's a feedback loop. So as long as you keep studying, you're gonna get that positive feedback, and you're gonna want to stay engaged and keep going.
Definitely. And what about you?
Well, kind of along the lines of yours. So it's the first summer that I have you, I have a partner, and it's been so fun. So much more fun than being on my own.
Good to hear.
And you are such a creative, talented person, and it's really fun to see you bring your own flavor to Breathe English, and bounce ideas off each other. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we will spend a lot of time apart because we'll be traveling.
Yeah.
So, Sam to Washington, and where else are you going? Ireland,
I'm going to Lisbon and Ireland. Yeah.
Washington, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll be going to Minnesota and Colorado for a bit, and Germany.
Oh,
So,
that's nice.
Friend living there, so
Yeah.
she's got a nice shady guest room. So,
Where in Germany?
their town is called Kaiserslautern.
Ooh.
It's like super German.
Very German. Kaiserslautern.
Because I was trying to say it to a German guy
Yeah.
that I had met, and he was like, "Oh, where are you going?" And I was like, "Kaiserslautern," and he was like, "What?" And then finally he's like, "Oh, Kaiserslautern," and I was like, "Oh my gosh." Yeah. So they live in a town. Her husband works actually for the State Department, so
Okay. Yeah.
there's a base there, but they live there with their daughter,
Mhm.
and she told me I could borrow her convertible and take little day trips. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Living the life. Yeah, it's good to know
Top
people.
down.
So, I mean, I don't have a ton of money, but I like somehow have friends that are living well that let me use their
Yeah.
stuff.
That is a real plus.
Yeah. So, I got a lot of video editing to do, but then, yeah, I'm really excited to spend time with my family. Especially, again, I'm going to talk about my nieces and my nephew. They're little.
Yeah, we get it.
They're small.
We get it. They're
I haven't seen them
adorable.
for a while.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure they're lovely little people.
She's not convinced.
I'm jealous. I don't have any.
I'm sorry.
I don't have any.
You can come. You can be Auntie Sam.
Yeah. I'm Auntie Sam to like pets. Oh
yeah.
my friends' kids. You know.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I know. I have it good. Because as an aunt, you're always just the coolest.
Right?
You're in and you're out. Yeah. There's this mystery, you know.
You're like, you're not gonna get as like flustered as their parents.
Right.
You're right.
Yeah.
Like you're just kind of like chill.
You get cool, you let them do stuff, you know. So
Go for it.
spend time with them, with my grandma, with my parents. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And hopefully, we'll get some courses ready for the fall. So that's another one of my goals.
Yeah, that's a very good goal.
Yeah.
We should make that goal happen.
I think we will.
Yes.
So, well, this has been fun.
Yeah, it has. It was a little bit scary at first.
Was it? I hope you guys. I hope someone has found this. Sorry if the link didn't work in the post. We'll get it right next time. We promise.
We will do. We will do better. But we can post this on the channel, and so it can
be on the channel.
be around, right? Yeah.
Yep. So if you're watching this later, let us know in the comments. Your summer traditions. Have you been to the U.S. in the summer? Because we talked a lot about the U.S. traditions.
Yeah. Tell us about your favorite ice cream flavor. We did not talk enough about ice cream.
This is true. I agree.
For my taste, I think ice cream is so important,
We could do a
especially
whole
in summer.
stream.
I could do a whole
stream
like,
on ice cream.
honestly, like literally, I could. But tell us about your favorite ice cream flavor.
What's your favorite?
Oh God.
Ooh, okay. We're gonna go down a rabbit hole.
No, don't start with me. I can't. It's too emotional.
Okay. We won't go there.
No. What's your favorite?
I'm kind of along the line. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know. They
I need
probably
to
don't know either.
journal about it for
Yeah.
a while to really know.
Yeah. Okay. We'll think about our favorite ice cream flavor and then we'll tell you about it.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Let us know in the comments if you have other ideas for topics we could live stream about.
Yeah. Yes, we are open to it.
And they don't have to be an hour long. I mean, it could be smaller topics.
It could be a 10-minute chat.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Let's see if we can turn this baby off.
They're gonna see. Oh, it's locked.